Hello.
Hi.
Oh my God, I thought I didn't see you.
Okay.
Okay, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, do you have any plan to go anywhere on holiday tomorrow?
No, I haven't.
No, you don't. So you just stay at home and do the homework?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Now let's see what we had for the last lesson. Okay, so we are in the reading part about Stranger Than Fiction. And we did this one already. And I think, okay, so we finished in number 1 and number 2. Okay, in task 4, which is the multiple choice questions. And we finished number 1 and number 2. And now I think we should do number 3 and number 4 to finish this text. Okay, this is quite long. This text is quite long, but we have 4 questions, which mean that they're in 4 paragraphs here. Okay. So we did number 1 and number 2, which means that we did for the first 2 paragraphs, and we have paragraph number 3 and paragraph number 4 for question number 3 and 4. Okay, so now you can you read the text and then do the number 3 and number 4 for me?
Okay.
Do you finish? It's quite a long time.
Okay. I'm done.
Do you decide which answer?
Yes, but I'm not sure.
So you choose one, but you're not sure about that answer. Okay, you can you tell me and then tell me why you choose that answer? Number 3.
Number 3, I choose.
Which one did you choose?
B.
You choose B. And can you tell me why you choose B? Why do you decide, oh, this is this answer is B? Which sentence that you take the information from?
Um.
So I think you see it here. Is that right? An English politician in Central Africa was very interested in Stanley's description. And do you see that one?
Yes, and
Okay, so now let's look at this one. Scientists realized that the Okapi were not a myth. The Okapi was not a myth. It means that it is real. Okay. So when did the scientists realize that Okapi was real? Now let's look at this sentence. Let's see. Now, but was it all a myth? An English politician in Central Africa, Henry Johnston, was very interested in Stanley's description, and he decided to find the animal. It was not easy, but in 1901, Johnston finally managed to get a complete okapi skin, and he sent it to London, and the scientists were amazed because they realized that okapi is not a type of zebra. In fact, it is a relative of the giraffe. Okay, so later on, they realized that okapi is not a type of zebra and it is a relative of the giraffe. It means that the okapi was not a myth, it is real, and it is a relative of the giraffe. So before they realized it, when Johnston managed to get a complete okapi skin, and he sent it to London to the scientists. And after that, the scientists realized that okapi is a relative of the giraffe. Okay, so we have the answer C. When the scientists received an okapi skin from Henry Johnson, and they realized that the okapi was not a myth and it is a relative of the giraffe. Okay, is that clear for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can see it here. These sentences, okay. Okay, so we have number 4. So number 4, which one do you choose?
I choose A.
You choose A? And why do you choose A? Which sentence that you take the information from?
Because it's the pilot survived and later he described the monster to his friend.
Exactly. Good. The pilot survived and later he described the monster to his friends. Very good. So the answer here is A. Okay, we can see the information in this sentence. Okay, so number 4 is correct. Okay, so if you are not sure about the answer that you choose, you can decide which one is false first. And then finally, you're going to choose the correct one. Okay. If you're not sure about this one, you can see that is it one correct or is this one correct? Okay. You're going to omit each answer. Okay. If you're not sure about the answers, you can decide which one is false first, and then finally you're going to choose the correct answer. Okay, that is one of the way that to do the multiple choice question. Okay, so here we have, so we finished with the reading text, which is kind of long. Could you please read the text for me, please? It is quite long, and if you don't know any words, please tell me, okay? To make sure that you understand the whole paragraph, the whole text here.
Okay. I don't understand the.
No. I want you to read the text first, and then if you don't know any words, you can tell me. Okay?
Read. Okay. In ancient Greek times, there were stories about sea monster with very long
So
arms.
we have the word huge sea monsters. Huge, which is very big. Okay? Huge.
Huge sea monster with very long arms. Similar story appeared in the Middle Ages. These monsters live in very deep water, but sometimes they attack sailors. However, where these creatures real or were they a myth? For, for hundreds of years, scientists were not sure, but that changed in 1873. A giant squid attacked the small boat near the east coast of North America. The fishermen in the boat used an axe to cut up two of the, the giant squid's arms. They were 6 meters long. They showed the arms to the scientists at the local museum. Local museum. The scientists were amazed. Today, everyone knows that giant squids are real. But people very rarely see them. In fact, only one videos exists of transmit in its natural habitat.
Okay, so in the very first paragraph, you have some words. You need to pronounce it more correct. It is the word, let's see. Remember to pronounce the ending sound of each word that have the S sound, which is stories, monsters, creatures, okay, sailors, and hundreds of years. Okay. Okay, we have the paragraph number 2.
Okay. About
500
years. About 2,500 years ago, an ancient Greek explorer called Henoch traveled to Africa. On one island near the coast, there was a group of strange people with black hair on their face and bodies. He asked the local people for information about them. They were gorillas. They answered. These people were violent, bad-tempered, and very strong. And 400 years ago, there were similar stories about strange creatures, half human and half animal, in the forests of Africa. The first scientific description of gorillas only appeared in the 19th century, and mountain gorillas were a complete mystery until a German soldier discovered them in 1992. Okay.
You finished reading?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some words like the violent, bad-tempered. Okay, bad-tempered. Half human and half animal. Okay. And remember to read the ending sound, okay, which is the S sound. Here we have a lot of S's like faces, stories, creatures, appeared, gorillas. Okay. Okay, this is called 1902. Okay. Okay. The paragraph number 3, Okapi.
Okay. Okapi. The ancient
Egyptians.
The ancient Egyptians were familiar with the okapi, a strange creature from the forests of Africa. It looked like a mix between a zebra and a horse. In the 19th century, the famous portrait journalist and explorer Henry Stanley described the same animal. But what is all the myth? An English politician in Central Africa, Henry Johnson, was very interested in Stanley's description. He decided to find the animal. It was not easy, but in 1901, Johnson finally managed to get a complete okapi skin. Octopus came to find uh, he sent it to London and the scientists they were amazed. Later, they realized that okapi is not the type of zebra. In fact, it is a relative of the giraffe.
Okay, so we have the giraffe, which is the stress is in the second syllabus. Giraffe. Okay, the relative. Okay, and this one is realized, not released. Okay, realized. We have politician, the interested in, description, and we have designed it. Okay, remember the ed sound is pronounced it, designed it. To find the animal, this one is managed to get a complete okapi skin. Okay, remember to read it clearly, okay? Can you, okay, for the last one, Komodo dragons.
Okay. During the First World War, 1914, 18, a pilot crashed into the sea near Indonesia. Luckily, he could swim well. He reached on one of the smaller islands. He was safe. Or was he? On the island, he discovered a horrible monster. It looked like a dragon. It was very big with short legs and long
Tongue.
tongue. It attacked and killed large animals for food. The pilot survived and later he described the monster to his friends. They laughed at him, but in fact the animal was real. It was the Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world. In 1927, London Zoo opened its new reptile house, and it includes the first pair of Komodo dragons in a group.
Okay, we have the word Europe. Okay, Europe. This one is, you are wrong pronounced with this one. The word island. Okay, not Iceland. The S here is silent, so it is pronounced island, not Iceland. Okay, on the island. Okay, remember it is the S here is silent, so we don't pronounce the S sound. Okay, so there are some mistakes that you should remember that I just mentioned here. But in general, it's, you just need to remember some mistakes about kind of difficult words. I think that you must know, you should, I think that maybe that word is the first time that you see that word. So remember to pronounce correctly all the words that you just made a mistake, okay? So that is the end of the task 4. Now, move on to the next one. We have matching one. Okay, now can you look at the highlighted professions here? We have sailors, scientists, fisherman, explorer, soldier, journalist, politician, and pilot. These are the professions. Okay, now can you match the professions here with the definitions here? Okay, so people who do scientific work. So which profession is that?
I think it's scientist.
Good job. Okay, so the people who do the scientific work, which is the scientists. Okay, it is quite hard to pronounce the word scientists, because it has the S sound, so we need to pronounce it. Scientists. Okay. Which profession that find an army? Do you know the word an army in the military? Army.
Army is giặc.
Army là quân đội. Okay, so army in military. You should know army is the fan club of BTS. So army here, which in the military. Okay, so who fights an army? Somebody who fights an army, which is soldier. Good job, soldier. This one is pronounced soldier. Okay, not soldier, but soldier.
Okay.
The next word is somebody who writes for newspaper and magazines. Yeah.
Is I don't know.
The what? I can't.
Journalist.
Which professions that writes for newspapers and magazines? Which profession is that? Do you know the word sailors?
Yeah.
Fisherman.
Fisherman, yes.
Explorer. You don't know the word explorer?
Yes, I know.
You know. So you know politician? You know journalist?
No.
Okay, so the journalist is the people that writes for newspaper and magazines. Journalist có nghĩa là nhà báo. Okay. The next one, okay, which professions that goes to a new place to discover what they like?
I think it's explorer.
Explorer, exactly. Number 5, please.
Politician.
Good job, politician. Number 6. Who go out in boats to catch fish?
Fisherman.
Fisherman. The next one, somebody who flies a plane.
This is a pilot.
It is a pilot. The people who work on a boat.
Sailors.
It is sailors. Good. Okay, so finish with the professions here. Okay, so these are called professions. Okay. Now, okay, move to the next one. Can you choose one of the creatures here? We have three kinds of creatures. The first one is the monster. The second one is the Bigfoot, which is a kind of gorilla. The third one is a giant anaconda, which is kind of snake. Okay, so we have three creatures here. And can you describe it? Can you choose one of them? And then describe it. Which one do you choose?
I choose the gorilla.
You choose the gorilla one, okay. Can you describe it? What does it look like?
It's resemble the people.
It what? What does it look like means you describe the appearance of the gorilla. It's tall or short. It has, what does it have on it? What is on it?
It's tall.
It is tall. It's very tall. And it has a lot of fur on its body. Yes.
And it looks like the people.
It looks like human. Yes, it looks like human because it can walk like humans.
Yes.
Yes. Is it big or small?
Is big?
It is very big. And I think it is taller than a lot of kind of human. Okay, it is very big. Do you think that it live on land or they live in water?
I think it live on land.
It live on land. Yes. The gorilla lives on land. Good. Okay. Do you want to describe more about it?
Describe
No. I mean, can you describe more about the gorilla? What
no.
do you don't want to describe more? So that's it for the gorilla? Do you have anything else to share? Or just that?
Just that.
Okay, just that. Okay, so that's it for the description. Okay, so what we just did is the description. Okay. So today we just finished our reading reading text, okay, which is about the multiple choice. I hope that you can understand the method or can understand the way to do the multiple choice question. The first one, if you're not sure about if you decide the answer, it's okay if you decided already. But if you're not sure about the answer that you chose, you can look for other answers. You can look for other options and then decide what is false, which one is false. Okay, and then finally, you're gonna choose the correct answer. So that is all for the reading, text. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so if you don't have any questions further, I think that we will end our lesson here today. Okay, see you next time and goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later on.